Today in this video, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of selling your house in today's market. Check it out. Hi, I'm Rhonda Burgess, and I'm a real estate broker and mortgage underwriter here in Nashville, Tennessee, and my firm is Southern Living Realty Partners. Today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of selling your house in this market. This was a request I got on, in the comments on another one of my YouTube videos, and I'm always happy to do my best to give you the information that you request. First of all, we all know right now the market is hot, especially here in Nashville. It's super hot. All across the country, a lot of sellers are experiencing multiple offers, well above list price. Your equity as a seller has grown tremendously over, especially like the last 2 years, with everyone not moving because of COVID and people still needing to move. We've got the millennials coming of age, buying houses. So there's just been a lot of people in the market to buy, and there's been fewer people in the market to sell. So that's set up a tsunami of equity for sellers currently. So not only are you going to receive as a seller multiple offers, you will receive multiple cash offers. Again, as I mentioned in a previous video, which I'll link down below, the list price now is just the starting bid price. That doesn't have anything to do with what you will actually sell for or the offers that you will actually receive. That's just your starting bid price. So most of the time you can expect to get offers well above your list price. You will receive offers that have waived the appraisal contingency, especially on your cash offers. Even if they're getting a mortgage, we're seeing where people will write into, potential buyers will write into the offer that whatever it doesn't appraise for, let's say they offer $400 and only appraise for $380, the buyer is willing to bring that $20,000 difference to the table themselves. So you're seeing a lot of these where they're waiving the appraisal contingency and stating that they will match the difference. They will take up that difference between where the appraisal comes in and what the actual sales price is. You will see a lot of offers that are waiving the inspection contingency, meaning they will buy it as is, or they will just do a cursory inspection in a matter of a couple of days, a lot of times, and that they will accept the house in its current condition if there's nothing really weird or crazy that freaks them out on the inspection contingency, on the inspection report. I'm going to do another video on that because I as a buyer, I just don't think it's a smart idea. But for, as a seller, hey, that's wonderful. That means you're really going to be able to walk out the door and not have to fix anything, not have to worry about anything. As long as you disclose it on your property condition disclosure, you're liable to be fine. Again, check with your title attorney, your closing attorney on that, but that's what a lot of sellers are seeing now with no inspection contingency, and it works out well for a lot of people, especially if, let's say you have a property that was inherited property or something like that, where you've just had this property just sitting there. Now is the perfect time to sell this property. Maybe you got it in an inheritance, you got it in a divorce, you got it in whatever. It's not your primary residence. This is an excellent time to sell that property for much more than what you probably thought it would have brought, even a year ago. Another pro is because there's so much competition for your house, I'm seeing that a lot of times you can agree on a date to close, but you can say, I want to rent back the property until August. I saw one the other day, August, until school is out or whatever. And whereas it used to be that buyers would want possession immediately, Just in order to get their offer accepted, a lot of buyers are willing to let you, as the seller, rent that house back or have possession of that house for X number of days after closing, and sometimes at no cost to you whatsoever. They just want the house. The buyers just want the house. And so they're willing to give sellers more concessions than normal just to be able to be that offer that you accept and to be the one who actually buys your house. One alternative I want to mention for my house sellers is maybe you want to tap into that equity, but you don't necessarily want to move. You don't necessarily want to sell your house. Well, one thing that I've seen that has come back lately are HELOCs, home equity lines of credit. Check with your local credit unions, especially. They're offering HELOCs again. Home equity lines of credit it works almost like a credit card. You know, you can use it, pay it down, use it, pay it down. You know, it's open for normally 10 years. You normally have a 10-year draw. So that way you can, you know, you may want to use it to put in a pool, or you may want to use it to put in an addition now that everybody's at home. You know, you've got more people at home now and you need more space. Using a HELOC or using that equity, getting either a HELOC or a second mortgage, because the interest rates are still astronomically low. I'm seeing HELOCs as low as 3.25%, 3.5%. You can't beat that with a stick. The highest one I saw was 4.5%. That's still super cheap money. So you may want to just draw out some of the money instead of selling and do those things that you want to do. Now we're going to talk about some of the cons of selling your house right now. You need to know that as soon as you put that house on the market, the first day, the first weekend, whatever you're going to do, you're going to have constant showings. I don't care if it's priced at $200,000, if it's priced at $800,000. It does not matter. Because of the shortage of inventory, especially here in the Nashville, Middle Tennessee area, let me tell you, you're going to have constant showings. I've talked to 2 fellow realtors this week who told me one sold their house for, the lady had her house, wanted to list it for $280,000. That was the number she had in her mind, the client. The realtor said, no, it should be more like $320,000. Okay, cool. They went on the market at $320,000. The house sold for $400,000 and had like 67 showings and 21 offers in a matter of a week, in a matter of 3 or 4 days. So just know that when you're going to go on the market, you just need to vacate the house for a few days, because it's going to be constant, because there are a lot of buyers out here and there's not a lot of inventory. So just be ready for the constant showings. Be ready for multiple offers. You're going to get bombarded. You're liable to get calls. The last seller we had people calling them who had went through like relatives or went through coworkers trying to get their offer accepted above other offers. It's that serious. It is crazy out here. Just know that you're going to get multiple offers. Some of them are going to pull at your heartstrings. You know, I strongly suggest to all of my sellers, consider those offers from those buyers who may have to get a mortgage. Because you know those people are going to live in that house. They're going to take care of that house. They're going to love that house like you love that house. Whereas a faceless investor from a hedge fund, they don't care nothing about your house. They're just going to make it rental property. Or they're gonna flip it, you know. So I do encourage my sellers to consider real people who are buying your house. But just know you're going to get multiple offers. They'll be over list price. You know, some of them will offer you where you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to pay to rent it back. The possession may be easy. There's going to be a lot of things, but you're going to have a lot of offers to consider. A lot of offers to consider. So the other thing you need to do is make sure that you have a real estate professional, a realtor who can handle it. Because see, you're going to need that buffer in front of you. Because like I told you, people going to be trying to come at you all kind of ways. They're going to be trying to come in the back door, the side door. They're going to come through your kids. They're going to come through whatever, okay? And everybody's going to have a story or something to try to sway you one way or another. This is why you need to have a good real estate professional. You need to have a good realtor that's going to be like, look, okay, you know what? I'm the gatekeeper. Everything comes through me. And that's gonna take that stress off of you, because it is gonna be very emotional. You know, I'm sure that you loved your house and you feel a certain way about your house. Maybe it was your first house. Maybe it was where you had your first baby. You know, y'all got married, whatever. You're gonna be feeling a certain type of way about this house. That's why you need a real estate professional who's gonna just give it to you straight and keep everybody in line and let them know they got to come through, you know, your realtor. And they're the ones that's going to go over those goo gobs of offers with you. They're going to break it down for you and show you what you're netting on each one and what each one is offering for. They're the ones who are going to schedule all of those showings. They're the ones who's going to be in touch with you. Like, you know what, girl, you know, I know tomorrow's Saturday, but I need for you to leave the house at 8 o'clock in the morning and don't come home till 8 in the evening, because we got showings continuously. You need a real estate professional who's going to handle this. And because it is a stressful situation already when you sell your house. But when you sell your house in this type of market with all these offers and all these people and everything, you really need a good pro who's going to help you out. The biggest con with selling your house in this market now is then you will become a buyer. You're going to be back in the fray with everybody else. You're going to become another one of those multiple offers that some other seller is going to receive. If you're going to sell your house in this market, you need to know where you're going to go before you even put your house on the market. Let me touch on this. When you are selling your house, and so now you're going to become a buyer, whether you're in the same market or not, whether you're moving across country or not, whether you're moving down the street or not, just understand that no one is going to accept, except on a very rare occasion, no one is going to accept your contract with a sale contingency, meaning, oh, I want to buy your house, but I can't buy your house until my house sells. Why would somebody accept that? If I'm getting 20 offers and they're cash or they're a mortgage or whatever, and they can close in 2 days and they can close in 2 weeks and they can close in 30 days, why on earth would I accept an offer from you that says, I can't close until my house sells? True, I know houses are selling fast here in the Nashville area. I know this. But again, think about that. Why would someone take that risk when you've got all these cash offers in hand? So just know that when you sell your house and you become a buyer, you are not going to be competitive at all if you are coming in with a sale contingency. Your offer is contingent upon your house selling. That's not going to work. You are not going to get anything in this market right now. Not here in Nashville. And I'm sure it's that way in a lot of other places around the country too. But just let me tell you, sale contingencies will not work. Another con of selling your house in today's market is I know, you've gained all this equity. And let's say, this was your starter home or this was your second home that you're selling. And now you want something big, you want something nice, you want to move into your dream neighborhood or your dream house or whatever. This is your retirement house. You finna ride it out. You want a big dog house. You finna do it. You ready to do the doggone thing. Let me tell you, the competition is worse the higher the price gets. I tell you no lie. I had I looked up some properties for a family wanting to move here. And at first we were going up to $600,000 and we had nothing hardly to look at. and then we went up to 700,000. And for instance, this was just Friday night. I was looking this up. For instance, in Williamson County, there were 10 houses total, 10 total. 9 were under contract and 1 was coming soon. What you gonna do with that? And that was up to 700,000. When I went up to 800, when I went from 700 to 800,000, it got even worse. There was only I think 5 houses, and all of them had a multiple offer deadline of today or Monday. It is Sunday. It is Sunday the 16th as I'm shooting this. These houses were just starting to be shown yesterday, and it is becoming, and they had a multiple offer deadline on every last one of them for either today at 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, or Monday by 10 a.m. or noon. The competition is even worse the higher the price gets. So just keep that in mind. When you're thinking about selling your house and moving up, it's the worst even dogfight than what you're experiencing in your own price range. But if you took the forbearance agreement in 2020 and here in 2021, the forbearance agreement due to COVID, where you may not have made your mortgage payments because you were unable to work, or whatever reason that you took the forbearance. What you need to understand is those payments got moved to the end of the loan, okay? And it's going to show up as a second lien. So when you go to sell your house, you're going to have your payoff from your mortgage company, okay? So let's say it's with ABC Bank, and it says, $250,000 is your payoff. You need to know that's not your true payoff. Because if you did the forbearance agreement, there is liable to be a second lien now out there from HUD that says, okay, they skipped 12 months worth of payments. And so there's a second lien out here for $12,000 or whatever. Just know that if you took the forbearance, you need to find out what your true payoff is before you go on the market. Because you don't want to be surprised that there's another $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 for lien against your house because you took the forbearance agreement. True, they didn't, it may not have affected your credit because you were in the forbearance agreement, but it will affect your payoff. So you need to know your true payoff before you put your house on the market. That's just my opinion, because it could be, like I said, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 difference depending on how many payments you have skipped. And if you're still currently in the forbearance, that's another thing. You need to let your real estate professional know that you did the forbearance or that you are in the forbearance, so that they can communicate that to the title company, and so we can make sure that we get the correct payoff. Because there's nothing worse than you thinking you're finna walk away with $60,000 and come to find out you're only getting $30,000 because of the forbearance. Again, my name is Rhonda Burgess, and I'm a real estate broker and mortgage underwriter here in the Nashville, Tennessee area. If you need help with finding a house here in the Nashville, Tennessee area, we will be glad to help you. It's going to be rough, but we will be glad to help you. You can download the Home Scout app from your app store and use my VIP code 0832. If at any time you need help, you can feel free to call me. My cell phone number is 615-554-0832. Thank you, and as always, have a blessed day.